Let's talk about what in the world is going down with Rumble, more specifically, Rumble's stock. I've been tracking this for a hot minute now just because people were starting to talk about the shorts. There became a question of, is there potential for this to squeeze? And I looked into the numbers and right away I thought, yeah, the short interest, almost 19%, shares on loan, 26.2 million, cost tomorrow, a sky high, 86.85%, utilization maxed out, and the short score, 90. So the initial metrics were, okay, there's maybe something there. Maybe there's a little bit of gasoline, but is someone going to light the match? That's always the golden question. And then obviously it got a little bit more interesting when you realize every single day for the past week or two, the numbers have just been going up and up and up, and they're apparently showing no signs of slowing down. And then it came to this. Congressman Byron Donald leads letter raising concerns that SEC is targeting free speech platform Rumble in an election year. And I missed it, so for those of you who sent it in, I very much appreciate it, but this is the letter summary. The SEC's investigation into the free speech platform Rumble during an election year has reportedly been opened under weak and potentially politically motivated circumstances, ensuring election interference does not occur, standing up for free speech across our nation, working to halt the politicalization of the SEC. And then right here, you could actually see the letter from what we have, Byron Donald, a rep from Florida, to Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC. And you can check it out. I'll make sure that it's posted, but I write to you to express serious concern regarding the SEC's investigation into the video platform, web hosting, and cloud service business Rumble. I'll give you the TLDR on it. Obviously, I implore you to read this letter, but it's all from, I guess, Wired, the publication company, reached out to the SEC to ask something about Rumble, and they said, we actually can't comment because of an ongoing case, insinuating that there's an ongoing case with Rumble. And obviously they made it very clear in that particular piece to say, hey, the SEC and really even Wired made it very clear to be like, this doesn't mean that there's wrongdoing. It just means we're looking into any information. And then also from that Wired article, you're going to find out that whatever information they were going for, apparently Rumble gave it over easily. Like, yeah, here's our metrics. Now, we don't really know 100% what this is about. It's all kind of guesswork. But if you look at one of the short firms, especially the one by the name of Kohrs Research, they've been publicly short Rumble. They came out with this short thesis, and you could read it. I implore you to read it, but you're going to realize that it's very, very weak. The whole, I guess, argument they have is that the MAUs, the monthly active users, are suspect to them. But then if you look into any of the earnings reports from Rumble, you'll notice that the MAUs aren't self-generated. They're coming from Google Analytics. If the numbers were not right, and we know Google's a competitor, wouldn't the numbers be wrong in the other direction because it's a competitor? And once again, I think there's a high chance that the numbers are dead on accurate because it's Google Analytics, and I don't think anyone's lying here. But anyway, that's what Kohrs' reasoning is. And where are they getting the numbers from? It's like, dude, read the filings. It's from Google Analytics. Anyway, the assumption of what's going on right now is that Kohrs took a short position, wrote the short report, and then gave it to the SEC because we know historically they get paid from actually how wild is this? The people running Kohrs Research, I think it's just this one dweeby dude. He actually talks about how he loves doing SEC whistleblower things because he can get more money, he can get payment. So it sounds like he took a short position, wrote the report, gave it to the SEC to benefit clearly his own position, because on the news breaking that there was an investigation, the stock got hit, obviously. And right now, it's interesting to see that it's actually getting into the world of politics, where Byron Donalds here is actually saying, yo, SEC, this is actually BS, especially given the year, the fact that it's an election year and the politicalization of the SEC. So it's kind of getting wild. And what I guess I want to share with all of you is, okay, we can actually see from the actual metrics of it, the shorts, the negative bearish bet against the company on a daily basis are increasing. And that basically means that we can see they're already feeling some pain. The stock was trending down. People kind of heard about the news and they're like, you know what? We actually care about free speech. And then some buyers stepped in, pushed even more, took a bit of a breather, and now it's seemingly swinging back to the upside. Now, obviously, I can't stand here and be like, I know exactly what's going to happen, because no one knows what's going to happen. Obviously, there's always a risk to reward to every situation. But right now, in my opinion, if this story gets the traction of David and Goliath, David versus Goliath, where you have David, aka Rumble, standing up for free speech, being attacked by Wall Street, the political machine, the SEC. All of a sudden, we're having at least the ingredients for an interesting recipe where if it becomes David and Goliath and the people rally behind David, the people betting against Rumble could obviously get their asses handed to them. Now, is that a guarantee or a promise of what's going to happen? No, I have no idea what's going to happen here. I just wanted to do my best to kind of lay out certain aspects of this overall narrative. And obviously, as I've alluded to before, I highly recommend you look into it yourself and see if it's of interest to you. But right now, what we're seeing between Wall Street, the SEC, Rumble, politics, the pure short numbers, we definitely something's cooking here. I wish I had a crystal ball that would tell me the future of how this is going to go, but all I really feel comfortable in saying is the fact that it's going to be a wild ride, and I'm going to probably just end up like a roller coaster, going to have to just like white knuckle this whole thing. But obviously, I'll keep you updated on any of the new developments because this is pure craziness.